is Clayton. Thanks for looking at this video. This is about our retread shop. I've asked many of you to come up and see the retread shop, but it's difficult for you. So we took the video camera to the retread shop. What is retreading? We take a tire that is worn out and put new tread on it. Matter of fact, I want to change the name to New Treading. It's a great facility. It's in Hudson, New York. We have about 7 people working in the retread shop, and we take old tires and make them new again. This video is going to take you step by step, from initial inspection to buffing, to cushion gum, to tread, to curing, to final inspection. It's also going to show you about the rim refinishing that we do. It is recycling. It's been one of the oldest recycling processes in the auto industry. So again, thank you for taking the time, and when we're done with this video, you're going to know how a tire is retreaded. Thanks for taking the time. Let's go for our visit. First stop at the retread shop is initial inspection. Here we put the tire on this machine and we're checking for any kind of problems on the inner liner. This machine runs high voltage DC electricity through the inner liner, looking for any holes. We also check the outside, looking for nails, stones. Got to make sure that tire is clean, it's at the right age, and it's strong enough to hold a retread. From here, we put the tire on the monorail system and send it off to its next major station, which is the buffing station. Here we're going to be taking the old tread off the tire, bringing the tire down to a consistent texture so that we can then begin to build the new tire. This is quite a machine right here. It gets all the attention. It's loud, it's got rasps spinning at very high speed, and right here we are basically grinding the old tread off. As with most of our equipment, this is an American-made machine, made in Cincinnati, Ohio. A high precision machine, bringing this tread down to an accurate, round, consistent contour. You'll notice here we're buffing the edges off just ever so slightly so that the cushion gum can stick. Here's an important spot where we are cleaning the steel belts. Any holes in the tires we have to clean right up and bring them down right nice and tight. Cleanliness is very important, removing any old dust. And here we are putting the cement on to protect the steel belt. When that's through, we're done. On to the next station. How do we get the tread to stick to this tire is the next part. Here's the most critical part in our retreading, and this is putting on the cushion gum. This machine is actually a German-made machine, very, very precise. Puts a 2/32 layer of uncured natural tread rubber on the tire. This is going to be called cushion gum or bonding gum. This is what's going to adhere the new tread to the tire. On to the next station. Here's the critical part of putting tread rubber on. We have many, many different tread designs. They all come in rolls, all different widths, all different tread designs. We know what tread we needed was to set on the side of the tire. Cleanliness is very important at this process, and very clean, fresh edges are very important for the splice. We're now applying a little bit of cement. Tread is ready to go on the tire. This machine not only applies the tread, but it aligns it. As you can see throughout this process, the labor is very important. These men and women that work in this shop are very important to us. That everything's got to be precise. Tread has been put on the tire. He's now doing the final splice preparation. That wheel gives us a nice rough surface. Now we're putting some cement on. Allow a moment for the cement to dry. Here's another strip of the cushion gum, the uncured rubber, which will create the bond at the splice. Put a lot of pride in making our splices not only adhere well, but also look good. Believe it or not, we put some staples in that splice, and yes, they will be removed when we're done. Now, this tire is going to go in for curing, and it can't be cured open like that. We have to put it in what is called a rubber envelope, so we're going to be on to the next station. All throughout the shop, we use monorail system and try to prevent any back injuries, no heavy lifting. Here we are at the envelope station. This tire is being put in what looks like a rubber inner tube, which is an envelope, which will protect it from the steam and the air pressure, and actually give it a vacuum-tight cover, so that we'll be able to assist in the bonding and curing. This is a little bit of the hard work here. Checking the vacuum to make sure it's tight. Now, on to the curing chamber. This is where the magic happens. In this big 23 unit chamber, we can put 23 tires in here. Each tire is hooked to a vacuum hose. It'll remain on the monorail. This is where the cushion gum will be cured. It will bond to the tire and bond to the tread. We use about 80 pounds of air pressure with about 250 degrees of indirect steam. And there you go, 3 hours later, voila! The magic happened. In there we now have a new tread design bonded onto that casing. We now have a retreaded tire. Take the envelope off. Throughout this whole process, they are looking at the tire to make sure that there are no imperfections and no defects. A little hot right there. Notice the gloves. There they are, all new treaded, all new life to those tires. And then final inspection. Again, a manual process. We put our DOT number on every tire, scan the barcodes, and sign the inside of the tire. And there we are, removing the staples. And what's most important is that paint on the tire, making it look good. No sense making a good product if it doesn't look good. And finally, we put our tags on it. Tag it like a new tire. Now, additionally to the tire retreading, we also refinish rims. We take your used rim and we will now blast it down. This cabinet will made of bulletproof metal. 3 minutes that tire or that wheel sets in that chamber, and we blast the old paint off. We do a 2-part dry powder coat system. Here was the high zinc primer. It goes into an infrared oven, about 450 degrees. There it is primed, and now we're putting the final coat on. We use Haas powder. Our retreading is about the people. It's about keeping track of your tires. Thanks for taking the time to see the retread shop. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Now you know how a tire is retreaded. Look forward to retreading your tires for you. Thank you very much.